Since my last video exploring Boruto, addressing why everyone dislikes his character and how the directors as well as Kishimoto are making him out to be a person that challenges his father Naruto, the icon of the show and the person that set the foundation of the anime. As I said before, Boruto's story is being made to be unique. It's a redemption story leading up to the battle with Kawaki. Boruto has to win us over, because we already love the previous lore and characters. Boruto has to challenge the current ideals and make things unique to the current events in the anime in terms of politics, fighting styles and technology. This forces to keep things fresh for us and the creators behind the show. Naruto was an anime that spanned over 15 years. Things can get boring for either us or even the creators behind the show. They admit this themselves towards the end of the anime. Kishimoto felt it was time to end the show. Having a life which has major deadlines on a weekly basis, being married and not spending time with his family, and wanting to avoid diluting the impact of the show. In one interview, Kishimoto actually said that he thought of multiple moments of making a character respond in a certain way to make the conclusion happen a bit faster, but he felt as though the characters themselves wouldn't say the things he was thinking of, so it would affect the characters in a negative way, so he had to avoid it, and thus the anime and the war arc kept getting longer and longer. The question is, how does a son of a legend make a name for himself and not ride the coattails of his father? They don't want to create a Naruto 2.0. How can the character Boruto Uzumaki win us over in the end and make him a patriarch to the new generation of ninja in the anime and the viewers watching? So in a writing perspective, you guys are probably all wondering why they have written the new protagonist of a show they knew was going to be popular in a manner that they have so far. When it comes to writing a character, there are multiple ways one can decide to make that person likable to an audience member. One of them is flaws. I mentioned this in my previous video, but let's dive deeper. You guys can probably pick out a lot of flaws as to why you hate Boruto, right? You mention it all the time in the comments. However, Boruto's flaws is what makes this character human. As we all are human beings ourselves, none of us are perfect. As a result, the writers of Boruto needed to make him imperfect in some way. This could be distinguished in different ways, one of which writers tend to use is a personality flaw or a physical flaw, as it is common and an easy option. We can see this in Boruto at the moment. He has a curse mark and a dojutsu that he himself as well as others don't understand yet. This is what you guys are probably witnessing in Boruto right now and are reacting to it. Boruto seems to have an attitude or a personality problem according to your responses. You do not like how he disrespects Naruto and his authority all the time, but in a retrospective view, if we created Boruto's character to be perfect son that always wanted to follow his father's ideals and ninja way, then there is a scalability problem within writing terms as they are too perfect. There isn't anything one can latch onto for the character to feel or direct them in a story arc. But once you add flaws to a character such as Boruto, it naturally creates stepping stones across a stream per se that didn't exist before, allowing a point to reach to point B. Why is this? Well, because we understand the person more this way, because we as human beings are imperfect, thus we can see ourselves in them.
What makes an audience care about a character really comes down to only two things. The weakness, the fundamental weakness of that character, and the character's goal in the story. In other words, what is that personal problem inside that is hurting the hero in such a fundamental way that it's ruining their life. It's very deep. And the entire story is going to play out the solving of that problem. The way they're going to solve that problem is by going after a particular goal. They don't know at the beginning that by going after this goal, they will eventually deal with their great internal weakness. But if it's a good story, that's exactly how it will work.
I want you guys to think about something right now. If you were the lead writer of Boruto, and the decision had already been made a legendary overpowered ninja named Naruto, and a beautiful girl with Kekkei Genkai abilities named Hinata were to have a son, and the next anime would be based on this person, how would you make the son a story of his own? How would you make him flawed to a perfect genetics and status? How would you do it? It's a lot tougher than you may imagine, and the direction they have chosen isn't really as bad as you think. Okay, now some of you may be thinking, I understand what you're saying, Anime Balls Deep, about how a character is created, but I still don't like him. I understand, there are some parts of Boruto that even I do not like, but let's talk about other ways to making a character likable then. Why is the Boruto the way he is? The second way of making a character likable is authenticity. In terms of, are they honest to themselves and the characteristics, or are they pandering to us, the audience? When a writer is creating a protagonist to a show, for example, or when you're watching a Hollywood actor in a movie, they are not people who are some esoteric perfect beings that cannot appeal to us. Boruto is a person that seems to have genuine qualities that are unique to him. Some things I've noticed is that he is a honest person that speaks his mind. He has a strong moral compass when it comes to helping people. He's a person that is trying to find his ninja way. This makes him feel very genuine as a viewer and to the characters in the show. This is a lot like people in real life, like your friends or family, or even actors you watch in other media. When you kinda know someone is being fake or acting different as if they are putting on a front to impress someone or whatever it may be, this disengages fans and you can call it out. There are some qualities people naturally have in them, and you can see this for example in Will Smith. He has natural charisma, he seems upbeat and funny, it's just something about him.
Greatness is not this wonderful, esoteric, elusive, godlike feature that only the special among us will ever taste. You know, it's something that truly exists in all of us. It's very simple. This is what I believe, and I'm willing to die for it. Period.
So a problem which may be happening in the Boruto anime series is that the two characteristics of Boruto being a brat, or he's actually being genuine and honest, or he's being annoying for the sake of being annoying, this may be triggering some of you. He seems to come across to be causing problems for Naruto, Sarada, Mitsuki, and everyone without reason, and I understand that. Maybe they need to start toning that down slowly, and I think they slightly are in the manga. When Boruto meets Sasuke, for example, maybe you guys will see his growth. But something which needs to be pointed out when making a character which is honest and genuine is that sometimes it's drawn from inspiration based on the creators themselves, such as an experience or a person or feelings towards a subject matter that they came across during their life. Creators need to write what they have knowledge of, something which they actually understand. If you truly want a deep story with characters that have layers, this is one stepping stone in making your character great. In terms of Boruto, I have been reading the manga, and in the later chapters in the manga, the tendencies that the Naruto community seems to have to hate Boruto are getting toned down. But they are still there because that's his personality, right? But the earlier rendition where we have in the anime of Boruto disrespecting Naruto and being loudmouthed all the time because his parents are always working, these things, for example, are inspired from Kishimoto's life himself, which goes back to my point. Kishimoto has admitted that due to his lifestyle of being a mangaka, which has deadlines on a rough schedule, he didn't even go on honeymoon with his wife. And this is the same situation Boruto and Naruto have with him working all the time. It's inspired from that, from a similar situation he had with his own children. I feel as though this is just something Kishimoto wanted to explore and realized it could be a good direction to start Boruto's character as it all relates together. You guys will definitely see a change towards Boruto after the Chunin exams with Momoshiki and stuff. Another way the writers and directors behind Boruto, who I will mention again, are Kodachi Ikemoto, Kishimoto and Noriyuki Abe, they can make Boruto likable again in showcasing hardships and struggles with his character. Everyone loves supporting the underdog in a movie, a sports game or even a video game. It's intriguing to see if they can come out on top. Showing Boruto struggling, for example, which they have been with his emotions, as with what it is to be an ideal ninja and what is the ninja way with the latest chapter, and also with his feelings towards his father and his uneasiness and not understanding the mark on his hand, and lastly, what's up with his eye. So they have been showcasing struggling. Showcasing Boruto's struggle is an integral pillar into developing your character, because let's be honest, life's a bitch, and I bet half of you right now watching this video are high as a kite, because guess what, we need to escape this genjutsu. As you get older and just life in general, there are ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. Happiness is temporary, sadness is temporary, lessons get learned, hearts get broken, but there are always a bright side to it. We need to see this occur in the characters we are watching too. To be honest, the struggles which Boruto is going through as a genin is much more than most could cope with in that generation. Like, come on, Chocho? Nah. Inojin? Nah. Denki? Hell no. Boruto has a persevering personality. The key thing to Boruto's character that is lacking at the moment, according to you guys, is that at the moment he does not seem grounded. What this possibly means is a few things. One may be is that you cannot accept his ideals, you cannot accept his personality, you don't understand his perspective or feelings. Right now some may say he's misunderstood. That's why no one really likes him at the moment. Maybe the Boruto writers have not balanced this out properly. I can admit in the 30 episodes of Boruto that's probably aired at the minute, or before the movie has even occurred, we can conclude that the whole character building arc may not be as good as they wanted it to be. Maybe some of you cannot latch onto feelings or a common understanding or situation Boruto is in at the moment. That's why you like other characters more than him at the moment, and that's perfectly fine as a fan, and that's understandable. But one thing you should think about is this: maybe somewhere out there in the world there are people that empathize with him, or someone that is super relates with Boruto's situation and loves his character. They are probably going through what he is, not being able to spend time with their fathers or something else. I just feel as though before the movie arc with the Chunin exams which resolves Boruto's feelings, I mean the 30 to 40 episodes that will occur before we even get there, they need to balance the development a bit more. But in the manga he seems fine though. I totally get the dude and I actually like him. At the end of the day, with the showcasing of Boruto vs Kawaki in episode 1, we all know what's to come for the future of the show and what ends up happening to the character of Boruto Uzumaki. Character development is integral to any show. The progression for Boruto's character has clearly been shown once he's older. The progression of a character in a story is always going to be seen as positive by viewers. Seeing something progress parallels life itself. That's why it's so interesting. As I am reading the manga and have seen the movie and watching the anime, in the manga itself I do see a lot of progression in Boruto's character and see that the arc is going at a good pace, good balancing in terms of everything, as well as deep topics being explored, such as is technology a good or bad thing. That is a debate till this day and age which is still ongoing. That concludes this topic anyway. Let me know your thoughts on Boruto Uzumaki in the comment section below and the anime itself. I may do a part 3 to this video in the future. Do you have any questions that you want answered? Put that down in the comment section below as well. Before I leave, I just wanted to mention we do have merchandise for sale. And if you want to help out this channel and the videos that we create, go ahead and check it out and purchase one for yourself. Make sure to smash the like button, notification bell and subscribe, and follow us on Twitter or social media. And I'll see you guys next time as always, and thanks for watching.